And welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're coming live, not live, just here, alive from the Arizona Center.
We are live at the fabulous Arizona Center.
I mean, it's habit, you know, saying live.
I know.
But
we are live.
We are alive, and we are joined by these fabulous guests right here. We have Robert and Drea from AtoZ Botanicals, and I read about what you do, and I'm very curious to hear about your story and about your products.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most important thing, is like the story of kind of how it's gotten to this point.
Sure.
And where you started and kind of how things morphed.
So about 10 years ago, when the medical marijuana industry was coming on in Arizona, my wife and I have a chef and cooking background. She's a pastry chef. I'm a biologist. So originally, we wanted to make products, healthy, get people high, and make money. And that was it.
That seems like a good goal.
And then it got complicated, because then I realized that the early part of it, that these cannabinoids that we didn't know anything about, we only knew sativa and indica, were helping people in different levels, whether sleep, pain. I had ladies with fibromyalgia. I never knew what fibromyalgia was 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then we started, left the THC industry and created AtoZ Botanicals about 7 years ago.
Okay.
The goal was to get medically approved and to be a non-THC formulation, so we're safe for young people, old people, not trying to get somebody high, trying to help them get through a day of either anxiety, depression, these are our big ones, pain, chronic pain. Yeah. And what I've learned in the last year is there are a lot of young people suffering, cancer patients. I had a very aggressive form of lymph node cancer 2 years ago, the deadliest. My oncologist let me use everything bedside.
Wow, okay.
And what I learned was, when you're fighting cancer, you need everything. And so I felt like I had to go through that journey. 8 months ago, I'm completely cancer-free. Only had to do 5 major treatments instead of 6, because doing the chemo is killing the cancer, but it's killing you.
Right.
Okay. Right. And so the cannabinoidal therapy, what I call, is chemo, cannabinoidal, and animal. That was for me. Those therapies helped me not only get through the cancer, survive it, beat it, and I'm here today. I'm still working on getting my legs right, mm-hmm. But I'm blessed. Yeah. And so I'm helping many, many people who are suffering. Drea's been with us. She works out in the field. I'd like for her to say a couple of things on what we're doing and what we're accomplishing.
So we've helped people with anxiety, with depression, with sleep issues. Insomnia is a big one.
Yeah. A
lot of people have a lot of sleep issues. We work for chronic pain as well. Our topical, that's why I started working for him, is one of my absolute favorites. I've had multiple surgeries on one foot, and I've always been looking for that relief for the swelling and just even the pain, because everybody's got to be on your feet all day long.
Right.
You got to walk everywhere.
Right.
So I've started using this topical, and it literally works for anything and everything. You have pain, inflammation, put a little bit on, it works within 3 to 15 minutes. It lasts 6 to 8 hours.
That's incredible. Yeah.
It
I use a topical every day. So I have, it's not a real term. I just call it migraine body. Mm-hmm. So I have chronic migraines, but I get inflamed all the time. So even if I'm not in a full-blown migraine state, I usually will have one side of my body that's in a lot of pain. So I use topicals now that I've found, and And it's interesting because like the meds that I used to take, they were ripping up my my esophagus
Sure.
and causing liver damage, and it's like, so I'm trying to find alternatives.
Synthetics.
Yeah, so something like this. And made me just say, we are so happy that you have beat cancer and that you're here with us today.
Well, it's a blessing.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's incredible.
And my heart goes out to young people today. I have about 20 that I'm helping as young as 10 years old going through cancer treatments.
Wow, yeah.
And that's, if I
Yeah.
can help them.
Right.
And the thing about our product, non-THC, not 1%.
That's great.
Not 2%,
Wow.
not zero.
None. Zero.
And it's the only way that we can actually be in doctor-approved medical conditions.
Right.
That's so cool and important and rare, I feel like, because a lot of those products a 10-year-old wouldn't be able to use. Now I'm curious, so let's kind of go down the line here a little bit.
Sure.
So like I have a really good friend, she takes weed gummies almost every night to sleep because she's just highly anxious, can't fall asleep. What would be an alternative that you all have here that she could
Well,
try?
we
have
have
a sleep aid.
sleep aid.
Okay.
The problem with gummies, and everything that we have online are sugar-free. When you're adding a gummy, okay, we're trying to eliminate refined sugars in our diet. So now you're adding an inflammation product that's, to me, it doesn't make sense. The other thing is people use melatonin, and that melatonin is very dangerous unless you know how much you should dose. The body produces.
I was going to say, I get like totally knocked out whenever I take melatonin, and like
Yeah.
not in a good
Not
way.
in a good
But
way.
then you can wake up feeling groggy
Yeah.
and hungover,
Right.
and you feel like you got
Yeah.
hit by a truck. And who wants to feel like that? You want to actually feel like you got a really good night's sleep, and you got
And have energy.
and have energy in
yeah.
the next morning. Well, our sleep aid, it actually does that. You're not going to feel groggy in the morning. You're not going to feel hungover. You're actually going to feel like you got a really good night's sleep. You were well rested. And if you're in any kind of pain, it actually helps with pain relief as well, because
Yeah.
it has the CBG in it, and it's got CBN in it.
Okay.
So CBG is an anti-inflammatory, and it's also and then the CBN is a natural body relaxant, so it's going to actually help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
That's really cool. So tell us how people can find your products and learn more about what's available to them.
So we have two websites. Our main website is AtoZBotanicals.com with
Okay.
an S. Go on there. Not only do we have CBD education, we have testimonials. I have a jockey who broke her back twice,
Oh, wow.
and she's a Hall of Fame jockey.
Okay.
And I've been treating her for 4.5 years. My product being the fact that it's non-THC, I have firefighters, police officers. All of these people can take these products, even the oral products.
Right, because they have to go through drug
Right?
tests and stuff.
Truck
yeah,
drivers,
yeah.
pilots,
Yeah,
they can all use it safely as well.
That's
Right.
right.
And I love that you've got the sleep, the pain, and then pets, which we didn't get into, but I
Yeah.
know I
talk
know you,
about those.
yeah, exactly.
Then we do
So-
a mood boost, which is my favorite.
this is a mood boost?
No,
Oh.
this one right here is
Yeah.
our mood boost. This one is my favorite as well.
This
Those
is a
days-
great product for anybody. So not only does it have the CBG formulation that we have the clinical trials behind it, talking about how CBD works, how I was saying, reducing inflammation, reducing stress. They had 49 patients who were taking some type of anti-stress medication. The CBG combination worked better for 49, and on top of it, improved their cognitive skills, which
Wow.
is, when you're dealing with
Yeah.
synthetics, then you got, brain problems. And listen, we're not robots,
Yeah.
okay? The problem with the industry, and I work with many doctors, it's not the doctors. Pharmaceuticals decided that if we keep people on certain medications, we're going to make money.
Right.
Okay, and listen, a company needs to make money, but a person's health is more important okay, and living a life where they're not have all these side effects from all these synthetics. You know what our side effects are?
What?
Heart healthy, brain health, and the CBG is found to help dry eyes, and I'm working on a glaucoma
I'll take it.
with an
wow.
eye doctor.
I'll take those
So
side
what
effects.
is your website again so people can find out more information about?
AtoZ Botanicals.com, and then we have a medical website called Physicians Natural, and you'll see Dr. Corcoran, one of our doctors.
okay.
He's a local podiatrist in Scottsdale, 38 years, been using my product.
Wow.
That's fabulous.
And I created a wound gel form that's unlike any other on the industry.
Wow.
We use a nano silver, so I'm working with nanoparticles, and the nano silver has a patent on it that it can kill 98.7% of all bacteria. So with the
Wow.
natural oils, with the nano silver, we can heal wounds a lot quicker.
Wow.
Wow.
And wounds
Very
that,
cool.
you know, the problem is a doctor does surgery, does everything right, and then all of a sudden that gets infected.
Right.
It's not his fault, but he's the one that's liable. He opened that wound,
Yeah.
okay? But it's not his fault.
Yeah.
We have a product that can be put directly on a wound. Not one of our, we've had doctors use them. I'm in hospice facilities in Sacramento. And then we'll talk a little bit about the dog and animal products, which is
Cool.
very
Well, you know,
beautiful.
thank
Yeah.
you so much. I mean, I love how you got into it for one thing and then realized there was a larger issue.
Absolutely.
And how you adapted to that.
And we learned.
Yeah,
know,
no,
we
exactly. And
learned
learned
as we
and
went.
developing new products to help even more people. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story.
Absolutely.
And showcasing your products and how people can feel better, get better sleep. Chronic pain is a huge issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we just talked about.
As we just talked about.
Yeah.
So lots of things, products to explore and check out. Definitely a lot of education that you can learn from visiting their websites. There are two. We are so thankful to have you on today. We will be right back after a break. We'll be talking some history, things to do.
some all kinds of fun
have
stuff.
another guest. So keep
And
it
I think
right
there might
here.
even be some other guests hanging out already. So
There might be.
Who knows what's going to come up next?
It's always a party here.
Indeed. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes on The Morning Show.